Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field.
They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Right to the air is Burrow. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Burrow will throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 76 yards.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now Burrow. Open man is Myers. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here we go. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Now he's got it. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go with Jacobs, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So here are the Cowboys now backed up to get this drive started. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They'll set up to throw.
And he'll go right back to Lamb.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
The Cowboys at 13-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat. And they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Second and 5. There's Chris Olave. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Now, after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. They'll look to throw. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Now it's Burrow. Caught by Mayer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense, because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
2nd and 9 now.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Devon Godshaw getting in there and dropping him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Third and 20.
Now back to throw.
Looking deep here for Mooney.
It got his man complete. A big play here for Dallas.
And even 40 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
There's Mooney with another catch.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
They're going to look to throw.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Back to throw.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Here's Burrow. That is caught, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Very quick throw. He's got Myers.
The quick slant, good for 8 and a 1st. Burrow looking to pass. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Will Anderson. Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Tyler. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From midfield now, Burrow. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make make the score 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now here come the Raiders. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be out right at the 35. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. 23 yards, the final tally. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw here.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
Now Burrow on first down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Burrow on third down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Texans who were able to come away with the road victory. C.J. Stroud, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Zach Charbonnet, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang at Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb,
His second touchdown of the night.
and the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Here we go.
First down. Here's Burrow.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow.
It gets it right back to Mayer.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Burrow will throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw pulled in by Renfrow.
And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now it's Burrow. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown Raiders. Wan'Dale Robinson from 21 yards away.
And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense.
He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have 2 touchdown catches. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. They'll set up to throw.
This one taken in by Olave. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Chris Olave
from 3 yards out.
And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So out come the Raiders.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now a give to Jacobs running right.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
Taking it about the 16. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The throw over the middle taken in. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll set up a throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. There's a nice move. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Back to throw again. A beautiful fake. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington.
2nd and 6.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw, and he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Looking to throw.
To the left side, there's Mayer.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Burrow.
Throw out left, caught by Mayer.
And he's taken down inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw again. Throw out wide is incomplete. 2nd and 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Tyler. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And Burrow going to throw again. He finds his man, complete. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. There he goes, left side. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show off their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Back to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Raiders heading out to take over. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Will Anderson
able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Through the middle of the field.
And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 23 yards on the play.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here we go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From midfield now, Burrow.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
To the air again, Burrow. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Ready, go.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Now 2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Cowboys, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Raiders,
they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by the man from the University of Washington. This is Jacob Eason.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now Hall to start the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Eason to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
Room here to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
First and 10, Eason. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Eason sets to throw it.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
David Ojabo has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Eason looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes.
The first play of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Eason. This pass out wide to Hall. Touchdown, Jets! Breece Hall. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they've clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows? You might get on one of those magical runs. And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Following the fumble recovery, Eason. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 1st down, Jacob Eason. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Now Eason. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Third down and 10. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time. Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Lance's throw complete there to Bateman.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Right back to Dobbins on first.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. The Ravens at 11-3 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And it's second down.
When you talk about this Jets defense,
they really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
That was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
From midfield, here's Lance.
And he's got this down to the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Lance now on first down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. On play action, Lance.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
And Lance going to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Here's Eason off the play fake.
Slings this deep for McLaurin. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. He's 7 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Eason. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Eason.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins to about the 48-yard line. You talk about this Jets defense.
They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
Lance now to throw.
A short throw caught by Andrews. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st down, Lance. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing now is Lance.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Lance. And Lance will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here's Lance. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Touchdown! Zay Flowers, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The New York set to take the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Hall again. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Eason. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll throw on first down with Eason. It's complete to Hopkins. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll give to Hall. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun is Eason. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he is going to have a Jets first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37. Straight ahead is Hall. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Eason. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. Achane on 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Eason. His pass complete to Ruckert. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Eason. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Jets. DeAndre Hopkins from 6 yards away. And the Jets have regained the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from DeAndre Hopkins.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth. They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Shotgun now for Lance. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lance.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Oh, he shifts past him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5. Another run here with Dobbins.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Back to throw. Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jordan Brooks drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And